Good morning everyone. Today we will start the next chapter, Data Handling 2, chapter 8. In which first question is you have to make the bar graph. So before doing the bar graph, your question is this: year and population. Some data is given to us. So whatever the things are given, like this years are there, they will come in x-axis in the horizontal line. And whatever the numbers are given, the different numbers, that will come in your along y-axis. Okay, understood? Now you have to mention three things in the graph. First of all, whatever these are the years, so you have to mention these are the years, and these are going along this side, and this is the population. Okay, and this is going along this side. Now it starts from the 0. As you have seen that I have put 0 to 300, then 400, then 500, then 600. So I have taken a gap of 100. But in the first I have taken a gap of 300. So you put a cling. दिख रहा है ना? Understood my point? So you put a cling so that this gap of 300 will cover in this cling. Okay? Now doing the question, you have to make a bar graph. So bar graph means you have to put the triangular bars on this space. So first is 1951. There are the 360 million people are there. So put 360 million. It is a 350 and a half. So when you are doing at the graph paper, it will exactly come. Okay. So make a 350 height. You can also mention here 350. Sorry, it's a 360. Sorry. You can also mention 360 at the top of the graph. Now next one is 1961. The population is 432 million. So in 1961, put another triangle 461. It's like near about this. Now make a triangle of 461. Okay, understood? Similarly, make that another triangle of 540 19 on 1971. So 540 will come near about 550, below 550. Okay, near about this. Okay, so this represents 540. Now next one is similarly you can make your graph 684. So 684 will come here. Done. 684. Now next one is 852. So 852 will come here. So make a triangle of 852. You can draw the lines with the scale. Okay, as I am doing on the board. So that's why it is looking like this. Now next one is 1020. So 1020 will come 1020 here. Now last one is 1210. So it will come. So I have to erase it because the graph is not mentioned. Now 1000, it is 1100, it is 1200, and here is okay 1210. So the graph will come here, the last one 1200. So I have to erase it also. 1210 will come here. So this is the graph of 2002. You can also mention the figure. So now at the last, after doing the bar graph, you have to mention the scale. Scale means whatever the scale you have taken on along the y-axis. So scale along y-axis is that 1 unit. This 1 unit. This 1 unit represent 100 million population. This 1 unit will represent 100 million. So understood how to make the bar graph. So similarly, we will do the other questions of this exercise. So let's move to the second question. It is actually the bar graph reading. So from the second onwards, second, third, fourth and fifth question, these all questions are bar graph reading. How to read the graph. So on the basis of graph, you have some questions. You have to answer some questions. So first question of second question, first part is which course has the most students. So these are the courses are given: chemistry, physics, economics, English, psychology, and these are the number of students as mentioned in the bar graph. So which course has the most students? So it is clear from the graph that this course has the most number of students, that is 350. So this which course is there? Answer is economics. Understood how to read it? As we have, it is clear that this is the most number of students. So second question is how many times the enrollment in economics is more than the chemistry? So how many times? So economics is 350 and it is chemistry. Chemistry is 150 and 200. It is center of 150 and 200. So what is the center? Yes, it is 175. So how many times the enrollment of economics is more than the chemistry? How many times is there? So it is just the double. It is just a double. So you can write the twice. You can write twice or double. Because it is talking about how many times. So it is a double. Answer is a double. And the third question is how many students are enrolled in the course with the most students? So as you have already done this, that economics course has the most number of students, but it is talking about the number of students. So how many numbers are there? There are 350 students are there. So answer of the third part is 350. So in the same way, fourth part is same as the second one, and now fifth part is name the two subjects for which the equal number of students are enrolled. So it is clear from the graph the equal number of students of subjects English and psychology. So right, our answer is English and psychology. Okay. So in the same way, you have to put the answers, write the answers of other parts also of this same question. So in the same way, you can do question number 3rd and question number 4th. Okay? Okay students, now we have the next question, the last one of this exercise, that is 5th question, as you have seen from the book. Your first part, so this is the bar graph of this same, it is also mentioned in your book. So your first question is, what is the trend per capita whole milk consumption in the country? So these lines, slanting lines represents the whole milk. So as you have seen, whole milk, first one is 85, then it is 80, then it is 70, and you have seen it is decreasing. So the answer of the first one is decreasing. Because your question is what is the trend? So what is the trend of the whole milk? What is the trend? It is decreasing, and it is clear from the graph. Now your second question is, what is the trend per capita low fat milk consumption in the country? So who is the low fat? Yes, these dotted lines, this one. So these dotted lines, and it is clear what is the trend of these dotted lines or low fat milk. They are increasing year by year. So the answer of this second one is increasing. You can write the whole line also. I am writing only the particular answer. Now the third one is, in which year did the low fat milk consumption surpass the whole fat? So So surpass means उसको overcome कर गया. तो in which year the consumption of the low fat consumption surpasses the whole fat. तो low fat किस year ज़्यादा है whole fat से. So it is clear, it is lower, it is lower, it is lower, it is lower. But in 2011, the consumption of low fat is more than the whole milk. Okay. So the answer of the third part is 2011 because it is talking about the which year. Now fourth part is in which year the difference between the whole milk consumption and the low fat milk consumption is maximum. So as it is clear, it is 85. You can also write down the figures above the graph. It is 85, it is 10. So its difference is 75, it is 80, it is from the book, it is clear, it is 15. So the difference is 65. So in this, the difference will reduce. So the maximum difference is in 2007. As it is in which year? It is talking about which year. So the answer of the fourth part is 2007. The difference between whole milk and the low fat milk is maximum. Now the fifth part is in which year was the consumption of skimmed milk is the same. So as it is clear from the graph, skimmed milk means this last one. So it is clear from the graph that the 2007 it is 5 and 2009 it is also 5. So the consumption of this skimmed milk is same in 2007 and 2009 in the fifth part. So it cover up your this whole exercise. Now we will move towards the next exercise in next day. So thank you everyone.